What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, with another edition of Where, Pick, and Dare, where I pick games for the various games that are occurring tomorrow. Whether it's football, baseball, basketball, basically whatever games I want to pick, I will pick them. With all that being said, on with the video. College baseball. Mississippi State Bulldogs versus Georgia Bulldogs, game one. This is part of the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals. Mississippi State's 14 nation, 43-17 record. Georgia's 3 nation, 49-12 record. This game's at Georgia. For stats, Georgia's higher batting average, more runs, hits, home runs, higher on base percentage, slugging percentage, ERA, more walks as hits or innings pitched, more walks. Mississippi State's more strikeouts. These stats, Georgia is a batting advantage, but Mississippi State is a pitching advantage. That'll offset, so I think home field advantage would be a big thing here. So I think Georgia will beat Mississippi State to go up 1-0 in the series. West Virginia Mountaineers versus Cal Poly Mustangs, game two. This is part of the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals. West Virginia won game one, so if they win, then game two, then they go move on to College World Series. But if Cal Poly wins, series is tied, it goes to game three. West Virginia's 16 nation, 44-15 record. Cal Poly's unranked, 39-23 record. This is at West Virginia. For stats, Cal Poly's higher batting average, has more runs, hits, home runs. West Virginia's higher on base percentage, Cal Poly's higher slugging percentage, ERA, more walks as hits or innings pitched, more walks, and more strikeouts. With these stats, Cal Poly's a batting advantage, but neither side's a pitching advantage. So despite the home field advantage West Virginia has with the batting advantage, I think Cal Poly will beat West Virginia to even the series at 1-1. North Carolina Tar Heels versus USC Trojans, game two. This is part of the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals. USC won game one, so if they win tomorrow, they move on to Omaha. Now, if North Carolina wins, series is tied and goes on game three. North Carolina's 5 in nation, 48-12-1 record. USC's unranked, 48-16 record. This game's at North Carolina. For stats, North Carolina's a higher batting average, has more runs. USC has more hits, home runs. North Carolina's a higher on base percentage, slugging percentage, ERA, more walks as hits or innings pitched, the more walks. USC is more strikeouts. With these stats, USC is a batting advantage and pitching advantage. So I would say, despite the home field advantage that North Carolina has, with the pitching and batting advantage, I think USC will beat North Carolina tomorrow to move on to the College World Series. Troy Trojans versus Little Rock Trojans, game two. This is part of the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals. Troy won game one, so if they win tomorrow, they move on to the College World Series. Now, if Little Rock wins, series is tying, goes on to game three. Troy is unranked, 37-3 record. Little Rock's unranked, 39-27 record. This game's at Troy. For stats, batting average is even. Troy has more runs, hits, home runs, higher on base percentage, slugging percentage, ERA, more walks as hits or innings pitched. Little Rock has more walks. Troy's more strikeouts. So these stats, Troy has batting and pitching advantage. So with that and the home field advantage, I think Troy will beat Little Rock to move on to the College World Series. Auburn Tigers versus Ole Miss Rebels, game two. This is part of the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals. Ole Miss won game one, so if they win game two, then they move on to the College World Series. Now, if Auburn wins, then the series is tied. Series goes game three. Auburn is 4 nation, 42-21 record. Ole Miss is unranked, 40-21 record. This game is at Auburn. First stats: Auburn has a higher batting average, has more runs, hits, home runs, higher on base percentage, slugging percentage. Ole Miss is a higher ERA, more walks as hits or innings pitched, more walks, and more strikeouts. With these stats, Auburn has a batting advantage. Either side, I would say, really has a pitching advantage. So I would say with the batting advantage, with the home field advantage, I think Auburn will beat Ole Miss to tie the series at 1-1. Oklahoma Sooners versus Kansas Jayhawks, Game 1. This is part of the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals. Oklahoma's unranked 36-22 record. Kansas is 15 nation, 45-16 record. This game's at Kansas. For stats, Kansas higher batting average, has more runs, hits, home runs, higher on base percent, slugging percentage, ERA, walks as innings pitched. Oklahoma has more walks. Kansas has more strikeouts. With these stats, Kansas has a batting and pitching advantage. So with that and the home field advantage, I think Kansas will beat Oklahoma. Oregon Ducks versus Texas Longhorns, Game 1. This is part of the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals. Oregon's 11 nation, 4-3-16 record. Texas is 6th in nation, 4-3-13 record. This game's at Texas. For stats, Texas higher batting average, has more runs. Oregon has more hits, more home runs. Texas higher on base percentage, slugging percentage, ERA. Oregon's more walks as hits or innings pitched, more walks, and more strikeouts. With these stats, Oregon has a batting advantage, but neither side has a pitching advantage. So despite the home field advantage Texas has, with the batting advantage, I think Oregon will beat Texas to go up 1-0 this series. St. John's Red Storm versus Alabama Crimson Tide, Game 1. It's part of the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals. St. John's is unranked, 36-24 record. Bama is 7 nation, 48-19 record. This game's at Bama. For stats, St. John's has a higher batting average. Bama has more runs. St. John's has more hits. Bama has more home runs. St. John's higher on base percentage. Bama's higher slugging percentage. St. John's has higher ERA. Walks as hits or innings pitched. More walks. Bama has more strikeouts. With these stats, so neither side, I would say, has a batting advantage, but Bama has a pitching advantage. So with the pitching advantage and home field advantage, I think Alabama will beat St. John's to go up 1-0 the series. MLB. Cincinnati Reds versus St. Louis Cardinals. The Reds have 44.9% chance to win, and the Cards have a 55.1% chance to win. This is at St. Louis. For starting pitchers for the Reds, Nick Lodolo is a career ERA of 4.14 with a 1.22. And for the Cards, Matthew Liberatore has a career ERA of 4.59 with a 1.39. So that's not really good pitching for either team. Not really seeing their difference here. For injuries for the Reds, Josh Demounts on 7-day IL, Brett Lowder, Emilio Pega are on 15-day IL, Carr Burns is on 6-day IL, Jose Trevino's on 10-day IL. For the Cards, Hikes and Harrison's on 6-day IL, J.J. Weatherall is day-to-day, Nathan Church and Ramon Urias are 10-day IL, Ryan Fernandez is on 15-day IL. For stats, Cards have a higher batting average, Reds have more runs, Cards have more hits, Reds have more home runs, higher on base percentage. Cards have higher on base percentage, Reds have higher slugging percentage, ERA, more walks as hits or innings pitched, more walks and more strikeouts. Cards have a higher opponent batting average. With these stats, neither side I would say is a batting advantage or a pitching advantage. So, I think with that and the up close to starting pitching is, I think home field advantage will be the big thing here. So I think the Cardinals will beat the Reds. Chicago White Sox versus Philadelphia Phillies. The White Sox have a 50.5% chance to win. The Phillies have a 49.5% chance to win. This is at Philadelphia. Starting pitchers for the White Sox, Sean Burke has a career ERA of 3.87, whip of 1.32. Him for the Phillies, Andrew Painter has a career ERA of 5.74, whip of 1.52. Now Painter he's only pitched this year, but so with the experience and with the numbers advantage, that's good pitching for Burke, not really good pitching for Painter. So definitely starting pitching advantage for the White Sox. For injuries for the White Sox, Jordan Hickson, Noah Schultz are on 15-day IL. Everson Piera, Austin Hayes are on 10-day IL. Kyle Teals on 6-day IL. For the Phillies, Carson DeMartini, Ryan Rickon, Renee Pinto are on 7-day IL. Dale Robert and Mark Golosfery are on 6-day IL. For stats, White Sox have higher batting average, have more runs, hits, home runs, better on base percentage, slugging percentage, ERA, more walks as innings pitched, more walks. Phillies have more strikeouts and a higher opponent batting average. So with these stats, White Sox have a batting advantage, Phillies have a pitching advantage. So those I think will offset. So then I think home field advantage would then be the big thing here. Well, home field advantage would then be, but also starting pitching. So I would say with the overall pitching and batting offsetting, let's say, despite the home field advantage Phillies have, with the starting pitching advantage, I think the White Sox will beat the Phillies. Pittsburgh Pirates versus Atlanta Braves. Pirates have a 50.3% chance to win. The Braves have a 49.7% chance to win. This game's at Atlanta for starting pitchers. For the Pirates, Braxton Ashcraft has a career ERA of 2.74, whip of 1.14. And for the Braves, Spencer Strider, it's a career ERA of 3.74, whip of 1.17. So that's good pitching for both teams, but definite advantage for the Pirates. So for injuries for the Pirates, Audemars Mosqueda, Sean Sullivan, Anthony Solometo are on 6-day IL. Mike Clevenger is on 7-day IL. Karen Griffin's on 10-day IL for the Braves. Blake Peralta is on 7-day IL. Kyle Farmer, Drake Baldwin are on 10-day IL. Hurston Waldrop and Sean Murphy are on 6-day IL. For stats, Braves have higher batting average, have more runs. Pirates have more hits. Braves have more home runs. Pirates have higher on-base percentage. Braves have higher slugging percentage. Pirates have higher ERA. More walks as hits or innings pitched. More walks. More strikeouts. Higher opponent batting average. With these stats, the Braves have a batting advantage. Neither side is a pitching advantage. So with that, so with the batting advantage and so the starting pitching advantage will definitely play a role early in the game, but later on that batting advantage is going to be a big thing. So with that and the home field advantage, I think the Braves will beat the Pirates tomorrow. Washington Nationals versus Arizona Diamondbacks. The Nats have a 37% chance to win. The Diamondbacks have a 63% chance to win. This game is at Arizona. For starting pitchers for the Nationals, Zach Little has a career ERA of 3.98, whip of 1.23. And for the Diamondbacks, Eduardo Rodriguez has a career ERA of 4.08, whip of 1.32. So that's good pitching for Little, not really good pitching for Rodriguez. So definite starting pitching advantage for the Nats. For injuries for the Nats, Drew Millis is day-to-day. Josiah Gray and Gerald Williams are on 60 the AL. Jake Irvins on 15 the AL for the Diamondbacks. Spencer Geestein's on 7 AL. Ildemaro Vargas is day-to-day. Taylor Clark is on bereavement. Jordan Lawlar and J.J. Buck are on 6 AL. For stats, batting average is even. Nats have more runs, hits, home runs, higher on-base percentage, slugging percentage, ERA, more walks assisted, range pitched, more walks, strikeouts, higher opponent batting average. With these stats, Nats have a batting advantage. Neither side has a pitching advantage. So, I would say despite the home field advantage the Diamondbacks have with starting pitching and hitting advantages, I think the Nationals will beat the Diamondbacks. And that's it for picks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my picks. Do you agree with them? Do you not? If you have different picks, you can put them in the comments. But other than that, please like, subscribe, and all that. Thank you for listening, and look forward to the next video.